You guys aren't going to believe what just came out of the NFL world, because this one feels less like a normal headline and more like a Hollywood script. The Las Vegas Raiders, of all teams, have allegedly gone all in with an unprecedented $80 million pursuit of none other than Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, let that sink in. $80 million for a rookie quarterback who hasn't even hit the midway point of his first season. And yesterday, Sanders himself finally broke his silence. What he said? It set the league on fire. So let me walk you through it, because this isn't just about rumors. This feels like a moment that could reshape the NFL power structure right in front of us. The press conference started off routine, mandatory media availability. Cameras clicking, reporters lined up, business as usual. But the second Sanders stepped up to that podium, you could feel the tension in the room. Everyone knew the Raiders' talk was boiling, everyone knew the speculation had been running wild, and the only question was whether he'd finally address it. And sure enough, he did. Sanders leaned in, calm as ever, that trademark composure on full display. And he said, "I've heard everything that's been said. I respect the Raiders, but my focus right now is football, nothing else. Still, I can't control what offers come in. Let's build a totem pole together. Smash like, subscribe, and comment. If this video hits 2,000 likes, that means we're beating the Green Bay Packers. Let's make it happen!" The second those words left his mouth, the place erupted. Reporters shouting, questions flying, people leaning forward like they were waiting for him to crack. But Sanders? He just smiled. That same cool, calculated smile we've seen from him since draft night. And then came the line, the one that sent shockwaves through the entire football universe. He said, "We'll see what happens." That was it. 4 words. But those 4 words, they were a bombshell. And don't get it twisted. Insiders are saying this wasn't just an off-the-cuff remark. This was deliberate. This was strategic. Sanders knew exactly what he was doing, and he knew the timing couldn't have been more perfect. Because here's the truth. This isn't some random rumor mill chatter. The Raiders' interest is real. Sources are saying it's serious, it's substantial, and it could be franchise-altering. Remember, Sanders wasn't supposed to be in this kind of spotlight so soon. He was expected to take time, develop within the Browns system, get comfortable in a structured environment. But what he's watching instead? Dysfunction in Cleveland. And while that's happening, Las Vegas is standing there waving a checkbook with a number nobody thought possible for a rookie quarterback. And social media? Oh, it went nuclear. Within minutes of that presser, Twitter was flooded. Hashtags about the Raiders and Sanders were trending nationally. Instagram stories were dissecting his body language frame by frame. TikTok creators were breaking down his smirk like it was the Zapruder film. One viral post pulled over 1 million impressions in a single night. Fans were losing their minds, saying things like, "If the Browns lose Shedeur to the Raiders, it's over. Stefanski better wake up, but let's zoom out here. This isn't just about one team making a bid. This is about the Raiders essentially rewriting the rule book. That 80 million number? It blows up everything we thought we knew about rookie quarterback contracts. Salary structures, market values, sponsorship tie-ins, all of it gets tossed out the window. Sanders isn't just a quarterback, he's a business empire wrapped in a football jersey. His social media following? It dwarfs some veterans. His documentary appearances? Already monetized. And oh yeah, he's the son of Deion Sanders, which means he's carrying not just hype, but a legacy that already stretches across generations. Now this is where it gets messy for Cleveland. Jimmy Haslam, the Browns' owner, is reportedly stunned, blindsided even, that this kind of speculation got out of control. Stefanski, the head coach, is walking a tightrope, trying to keep the locker room together while everyone whispers about whether the franchise cornerstone might bolt. And Andrew Berry, the GM, he's caught in the middle, trying to balance the panic upstairs with the football reality on the field. Sources say he's already been pushing hard for an immediate extension, to lock Sanders down before this thing spirals. But the bigger picture? This is more than a contract dispute. This is an existential crisis for the Cleveland Browns, because Sanders' words, short, sharp, and perfectly timed, weren't random. They were a calculated move in the middle of organizational chaos. He's leveraging the moment, using Cleveland's dysfunction as his bargaining chip. And here's the wildest part. Insiders say some of his veteran teammates get it. Behind closed doors, they're not angry. They actually understand where he's coming from. Publicly, they'll pledge loyalty, but privately, they know Sanders has the leverage of a lifetime. Performance-wise, let's not forget why all this matters. Sanders hasn't just shown flashes, he's been electric in camp and in games. His arm talent, the ball placement, those highlight-level plays, they're real. Sure, sometimes the protection breaks down and he takes lumps, but his improvisation covers it. And maybe most importantly, the leadership. The way he connects with vets, the way he runs the huddle, that's what makes people say this isn't just a good rookie. This is a franchise quarterback in the making. The Raiders see it too. Josh McDaniels is reportedly pounding the table behind the scenes, saying Sanders is the missing piece. They've got the weapons. They've got the infrastructure. They're stuck in a brutal division, sure, but they know they're just a quarterback away from real contention. And for them, Sanders isn't just about wins. He's about filling seats, selling jerseys, turning the Raiders into the hottest show in Vegas. So what happens now? That's the question burning through the league. Does Cleveland lock him up fast with a monster extension? Does Vegas keep upping the ante until it becomes impossible for Sanders to say no? Or, and this is the most dangerous scenario for the Browns, does Sanders just sit back, play his cards, and force a bidding war unlike anything we've ever seen for a rookie quarterback? Make no mistake, this is no longer just a football story. This is about the balance of power in the NFL. This is about the rise of player empowerment and what happens when a young quarterback realizes the market isn't controlled by the team anymore. It's controlled by him, and the whole league is watching. GMs are quietly panicking, asking themselves if they're prepared for this new world. Owners are whispering, if Sanders can do this, who's next? Agents are already plotting how to copy the playbook. Because like one executive reportedly said off the record, this changes everything. Think about it. The Browns drafted Sanders not just to be their quarterback, but to be the face of their franchise. They restructured everything around him, roster building, marketing, the whole 9 yards. And now, that entire foundation feels shaky, all because of one press conference and one smile. And I'll be real with you. I don't think we've even seen the full storm yet. This is just the opening shot of a saga that could define the season, maybe even the decade. Sanders is smart, he's strategic, and he's not afraid to play the game both on the field and off it. The Browns are fighting to hold on. The Raiders are throwing cash like it's Vegas poker night. And the NFL itself, it might never be the same after this. It started with the rookie quarterback storyline. Reports came out that Shedeur Sanders wasn't even running scout team reps, that Bailey Zappi was taking those snaps instead. And I sat there thinking, what in the world are the Browns doing? You draft this kid, you hype him up, you talk about a long-term vision, and then you've got him standing around watching? That's not development. That's wasting talent. Now, Stefanski claims they've got this minute-by-minute plan for Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel, claims it's all part of some detailed roadmap. But let's be real. Does this sound like a coach in control or a coach scrambling to buy time? To me, it feels like a man who knows the walls are closing in, who knows his job might not last the season if things don't turn around fast. And you know what? This isn't just me saying it. Analysts like Ken Carman have been hammering Stefanski for weeks, saying the offense is flat, lifeless, without rhythm. They've called it predictable, rigid, outdated. And it's true because even with all the talent Cleveland has, this scheme looks like it belongs in another era. It doesn't matter if it's Joe Flacco, Dillon Gabriel, or Shedeur Sanders. If you don't have adaptability, if you don't have creativity, you're dead in today's NFL. The craziest part? The Browns' defense is elite. They are championship caliber right now. But offensively, they're wasting everything. Wasting Myles Garrett's prime. Wasting that defensive dominance. And that eats at you if you're a fan because you can see exactly how close this team is to being special. If only the offense could keep up. Mary Kay Cabot didn't hold back either. She laid it out plain. 3 goals were set before the season. Build a dominant defense, develop your young quarterbacks, and finally get this offense clicking. Well, 1 out of 3 isn't enough. The defense is carrying their weight. The rest, a total failure. And she went even further, ripping into the way preseason was handled. If Joe Flacco was always going to be the starter, why wasn't he getting first-team reps with guys like Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman? Instead, they burned those snaps on Kenny Pickett, who isn't even on the roster anymore. And now we're watching the chemistry break down week after week. It's sloppy, it's disjointed, and it screams mismanagement. Let's build a totem pole together. Smash like, subscribe, and comment. If this video hits 2,000 likes, that means we're beating the Green Bay Packers. Let's make it happen. And here's the nightmare scenario. Rumors are already starting that Shedeur Sanders might be looking for a way out. I'll say that again. Your most exciting rookie quarterback, the guy who could be the future face of the franchise, might already have one foot out the door. Insiders say the Bengals are circling, watching this situation unfold, especially with Joe Burrow sidelined. Imagine that. Sanders in Cincinnati stepping into stability while Cleveland spirals. That's how franchises lose decades, folks, and the timing couldn't be worse. The Browns are on an 8-game losing streak stretching back to last season. The patience of the fan base is gone. Executives inside the building are frustrated. Ownership is restless. If this doesn't turn soon, it won't just be Stefanski who's out. GM Andrew Berry could be shown the door, too. We're talking about a total house cleaning, and it could come before the season even ends. Now, Stefanski is trying to present himself like he's in control. He's talking about his detailed plans, his structured vision for Sanders and Gabriel. But I've got to be honest, it doesn't feel convincing. It feels like PR spin, like a coach holding onto his job with both hands, praying something breaks his way. And that's the tension right now. Is Stefanski really ready to hand Shedeur Sanders the keys? Or is he just trying to throw up smoke to save himself for one more week? Either way, Cleveland is standing at a crossroads. The future of Shedeur Sanders, Kevin Stefanski, and honestly the entire Browns organization is hanging in the balance. And whatever happens next, it's going to define this franchise for years to come. So buckle up because this story isn't slowing down. It's only just getting started.